The CDC also tells us that black women are 3 times more likely to die from a pregnancy-related cause than white women in the United States, pointing to multiple factors that contribute to these disparities, such as a variation in the quality of healthcare, underlying chronic conditions, structural racism and implicit bias. Social determinants of health, according to the CDC, prevent many people from racial and ethnic minority groups from having fair opportunities for economic, physical, and emotional health. Just take Mississippi, where a trigger law passed in 2007 would effectively ban abortion in a state where black women account for 74% of all abortions.
My heart today was broken. Not just because of this decision, because I know what it means for me as someone who had an abortion and someone whose mama had an abortion, which is why I'm standing in front of you to y'all today. Because my mother was able to decide if, when, and how to grow her family. My mama is a black woman who had an abortion. The majority of people who have abortions are people of color. And if we are not on the stage, and if we are not leading this movement, then your movement is not about us.
This was echoed from the highest office in the land.
Too often the case, the poor women are going to be hit the hardest. It's cruel. In fact, the court laid out state laws criminalizing abortion that go back to the 1800s as rationale. The court literally taking America back 150 years.
This study by Duke University in North Carolina finds that black people would experience the greatest increase in pregnancy-related deaths if all wanted induced abortions in the United States were denied, with Hispanic people representing the next greatest increase in mortality.
Women are going to control their bodies no matter how they try and stop us. The hell with the Supreme Court. We will defy them. Women will be in control of their bodies. And if they think black women are intimidated or afraid, they got another thought coming.
But a Supreme Court decision celebrated on the right, no less by former President Donald Trump, who nominated 3 justices who joined the majority decision.
The court handed down a victory for the Constitution, a victory for the rule of law, and above all, a victory for life. This breakthrough is the answer to the prayers of millions and millions of people, and these prayers have gone on for decades. For decades and decades they've been praying, and now those prayers have been answered.
An issue likely to be a major talking point come the midterm elections this November that will decide which party controls both houses of Congress. The Duke study shows that a full abortion ban could further increase black maternal deaths by 33% compared to a 21% increase for the entire population, with growing concerns that the court's decision will mark the beginning of a new public health crisis for black women in particular. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi arguing that women's rights were now on the ballot this November, warning that Republicans were plotting a federal ban to abortion were they to retake control of Congress from Democrats later this year. Shervin Briceby's SABC News, New York.